8 best things that are affordable in the US, but not in Europe. 1. Water. Bottled water in Europe costs about the same as in America, but restaurants charge for it. In the US, they give you free water when you sit down. In Europe, they ask if you want still or sparkling water. Either way, you pay for a bottle. You can get free tap water in Europe, but you have to ask for it. 2. Gasoline. Gas prices in the US are high due to inflation, but they are still cheaper than in Europe. Many European countries tax gas heavily. In the US, gas costs around $2.69 per gallon. In Europe, gas sets you back $6.84 per gallon. 3. Milk. Milk is cheap in the US compared to most countries. Americans pay around $1 for a liter of milk. That's $3.75 per gallon. In Europe, a liter of milk costs $1.50 to $2. 4. Cars. The average price for a car bought in the US in August 2022 was $48,301. That's a record high, but it's cheaper than Europe at around $53,301. The US has a huge domestic auto industry. This leads to more competition and lower prices. Import duties also make cars more expensive in Europe. Let's take an economy car, like a VW Golf. The US ranks 117 for expensive places to buy it. A VW Golf costs about $20,000 here. The same car sells for thousands more in Europe. 5. Jeans. Blue jeans in the US have an average price tag of $43. In Russia, you're looking at around $68. In Iceland, they'll set you back around $114.50. The secret to cheaper jeans lies in local production and a massive market. 6. Athletic shoes. If you want a fresh pair of Nikes, you'll drop around $70 in the US. In most countries, those shoes will cost you more. Take Spain for example, where you're looking at $100. 7. iPhones. Replacing your iPhone will definitely cost you more in Europe. Let's take the iPhone 15 Pro Max, for instance. It starts at $1,199 in the States. In Germany, it's a hefty $1,575. And in France, it kicks off at $1,607. 8. Movie tickets. Going to the cinema is more budget-friendly in the US. Hollywood dominates the global film industry. Distributing movies domestically is generally cheaper. The US has mega theater chains like AMC and Regal. They lower costs through economies of scale. Taxes on tickets are also lower in the US. Many European countries have a value-added tax. This raises ticket prices. On the other hand, some things are cheaper in Europe than in the US. Travel between European countries costs less than between US states. European destinations are close together. Airports are smaller. Low-budget airlines are widespread. A flight from London to Athens can cost as little as $30. Wine and alcohol in general is cheaper in Europe as well. Grapes cost less in some European countries. In Germany, a bottle of wine is $5 to $6. The average cost in the US is $13.36 per bottle. In Germany, you can find beer cheaper than water. Then there's also housing. You can find a flat in any major European city for under $1,000. In NYC, that would cost over $2,000 per month.